Hi guys, I'm Gasha. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to our coffee times together. And we're here, of course, to talk books. And as you can see by the title, I have another book haul for you. So whenever I order books, I put them on a pile so that when I have enough, I can make a book haul for you guys. And through these isolation times, I have ordered only a couple more book releases. So I decided, I'm just gonna haul all the ones that I already have here, which are a total of 16 books. A couple of them belong to the same series. So let's start. Shout out to my new mug that has a panda and says, I don't like morning people or mornings or people.
It's coffee time.
So let's start with that book series that I started collecting. And I started collecting The Witcher books. I decided to order this edition because I like it more than the ones that have the cover from the video game or the newest ones that are working on, just because, I don't know, I really like this ones. So I want to have these collection. I only have 4 of them, but I am trying to collect all of these ones in this edition so that I can finally read it. I'm probably gonna rewatch The Witcher a couple more times because that show is fantastic. I cannot wait for season 2. It's probably gonna be delayed now due to the situation, but now I have myself the 4 first books of the Witcher series so that I can finally give them a try. And because I had to order a couple of these from Book Depository because they had the exact edition that I wanted and Amazon didn't have them anymore, I decided to add to my order a book that was in Book Depository that sounded super intriguing to me, and that is Relic by Preston and Child. This book is about this museum exhibition that's going to open in New York, and in the Museum, I think, of Natural History, and basically the visitor starts to show up killed, murdered, and everything indicates that they have been slaughtered by something that it's not human. So I was like, this sounds amazing. A museum, a possible creature feature, yes please. This is not one of my favorite editions, but I really want to get into this story and see if I really love it. So I basically took a gamble on this one because I've never heard of it before, but if you've already read it, let me know down below if it's any good. I just, from the premise, I just had to get it. And while I was making an Amazon order, I came across The Rats. This is the 40th anniversary edition by James Herbert, and it was only like €4, and I was like, it's been on my radar for a while, and I decided to order it, and it is what you expect it to be. They're rats, and they are, becoming humans' worst enemy in this book. So really excited. The next one is the second book on a trilogy because I really enjoyed the first one, and the first book was called Asylum. This one is called Sanctum by Madeleine Rouge, and I got this one secondhand. I'm really excited to read it. I love that this book has like snippets, like pictures, a little bit like Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children kind of style, and even though it's not a story that is completely new, original, and fresh, it's just so entertaining, and I love things that are based in asylums. So I really did enjoy the first one, and I want to continue with the trilogy. Next, I finally got in the mail Heartstopper Volume 3. I freaking love this graphic novel. It has to be one of my favorite non-horror or science fiction graphic novel. This is just so good. This is one of the best male romances I've ever, read about, because it is just sad and happy and heartwarming, everything at the same time, and it just touches your heart in so many places. So yeah, this is one that I'm so excited to finally get to read. The next one is a book that I have been seeing everywhere lately and that I wanted to get anyways. I believe people are getting it maybe because it has been adapted, as far as I know, and that is I Am Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Wright, and this is supposed to be a really good thriller. I have not read the synopsis. I don't want to know. I just want to go into it without knowing anything about it, and I don't know, I've heard amazing things of it, and it's not really long, so I'm really hoping to get to this soon. Next we have Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I read Violet last year, which is his second book, and I really enjoyed it, and I have never read his first book, which is Kill Creek, so I finally got it. And this is basically a perfect premise for me, a perfect plot line. We have 4 famous authors, horror book authors, that are spending the night in a haunted house. And I'm like, yes, this sounds so good. So a lot of people have said that they enjoyed this one more than Violet. So since I did enjoy Violet, I'm hoping to love this one, but we shall see. Next we have Dollhouse by John Hunt, and this just sounded so good. It is this girl that is excited about university, but one day she leaves her apartment and she's taken by 2 masked men and she's put in this little cell. But when she realizes where she is, she notices that she's in this kind of little room that it's prepared to be kind of like a dollhouse. So she's now part of these people's collection. Sounded so great. Love those kind of plot lines, so I'm really excited to get to it. The next one is one that, disclaimer, I got before the whole virus outside started, and that is The Deadlands by Benjamin Percy. I've heard this is such a good apocalyptic scenario book, and you know guys, I love those kind of stories. I just love end of the world stories, and in this one we have a flu that mutated years ago, killing so many of humans, and you know, it tells a little bit the story after all, like years after, I believe it's 150 years after the flu mutated. So nobody had time to pack or do anything. Basically the apocalypse just landed on Earth, and it has to deal now with these survivors. So I love that. Don't know if I should be reading these right now because of the topic, so I'm probably gonna leave these for better time so I'm not get too triggered or anything about it. But I did pick this one up a couple months ago before this happened, so I just wanted to include it in this list. And the next couple of books that I have to show you are all 2020 book releases that are either horror or thrillers, because one of my goals for this year was to read more horror and thriller releases, like new ones, and I have chosen a couple that, you know, were available at Amazon for a good price. The first one is The Familiar Dark. This one I was really intrigued about. It's by the same author that wrote the Roanoke Girls, and it is all based in a really small town where, you know, a young girl has been murdered and nobody seems to really pay much attention to it, but her mother is decided to figure out what happened to her, and apparently in this small town, you know, crime is something normal and nobody does really anything about it, so you know, everybody is a suspect in a way. I don't know, really intrigued. I love small town thrillers. They are just so atmospheric, and I don't know, I really enjoy them, so I'm hoping this one is going to be good. Next we have The Deep by Alma Katsu, and this one I'm already halfway through the book and I'm really loving it. It has to do with the story of the Titanic and the Britannica, and it is all, you know, with touches of supernatural creepiness and a lot of atmospheric moments. I love it. It is jumping between 1912 and 1916, and we follow crew members. We get to experience, you know, the Titanic from a complete different point of view, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Next we have Pine by Francine Toon. This one is one that I'm really excited about. We have a father and a daughter who's, you know, the mother disappeared years ago. Nobody know what happened to her, and on the night of Halloween they're driving and they live in this really small town surrounded by pines, and they see this woman coming out of the pines and they decide to take her home, and the next morning she's gone. She's disappeared. And another thing that I really like about this book that I'm really excited about is that the daughter is trying to find answers to also her mom's disappearance and everything through tarot cards. So this is a book that I was really excited to pick up, so I'm really happy that I finally got it. And the last one is the third book by CJ Tudor, The Other People. Now I love CJ Tudor's writing. I love her writing. I really enjoyed The Chalkman. The ending was a little bit disappointing for me. Then I read her second novel, The Taking of Annie Thorne, and I was really loving it, but when the end was coming again, I was disappointed. So why am I picking up the third book, you would ask? I don't know. I just hope that this is gonna be the one. I just really enjoy her writing. I enjoy the stories that she comes up with, and it's always so engaging and so cool until we get to around 70% of the book or so, and then it starts to go downhill for me. I don't know why, but I'm hoping that this one is gonna be the one that I'm gonna love from beginning to end. So this was my book haul. A little bit less books than usual, but I'm trying to be a little bit more picky and selective with the physical books that I purchase. I did buy a bunch of ebooks, also because right now it's easier just to get ebooks because they are delivered right away. So I might make a video on some of the last ebooks that I have purchased if you would be interested to see which ones I got. So I hope that you enjoyed this video anyways. Let me know down below which are the last books you've been getting. Have you read any of these and what are your thoughts on those books? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support. If you want to follow me on all the social media, all the links are down below. And I hope to see you all in the next copy time. Bye!